Hello, welcome back to Farouk Entertainment. I am heading out to Zanzibar, the tropical island off of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm on Marigold Road right now with my family, and we're heading out to the boat port. We're carrying our stuff like a bunch of refugees, but this is gonna be worth the while. Stay tuned. All right, we finally arrived at the ferry. Here it is. There you go. Huge ferry. We are finally here, Zanzibar Island. Look at this. Tropical, lush coconut trees everywhere. Old Arab architecture. I am going to show you more and more of this place as time goes on. Look at this water. Just give you an idea of this. That is so beautiful. We have like this light green watercolor and then becomes teal. I mean, it's just amazing. Sun is shining. Beautiful day. Slippers are being sold. This is Farouk Entertainment. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is what they call the Old Fort. We actually went in here last night and I picked up a Maasai spear. You know I'm gonna make a video of that, especially me jabbing into a watermelon or something. Check out the old ruins here. Nice, right? This here is coral stone. That's why it's so porous. You can see kind of holes in it. But this is that ancient Arab architecture. Look at these things. Who knows how many wars it went through. Oh, watch the car. We're live here at Foradani Park. It's also a food mart where fast food's available. It's a busy hustle bustle place. As you can see over there, look at all these different kinds of cuisines. Everything grilled. You got shawarma sandwiches, Indian cuisine, as well as native Tanzanian cuisine. So we're gonna check out more of this. Stay tuned. No salt? No salt. Alright guys, so as you can see here, this is going to be my dinner. Lobster tail, let's bring it into the light so you can see. That's a full lobster, okay? I would be paying an arm and a leg at Red Lobster in the United States. Not over here. This is dirt cheap pretty much, okay? And I'm going to enjoy this. Check this out. They're going to put some sauce on this later. And as you can see over there, pan the camera over there, so many different types of grilled foods here. Here we go. And look at this sauce here. All right. Thank you very much.
This building was being built in 1850 by one of the Arab person here in Zanzibar. So before building through the foundation, he used a lot of yolk and sugar to make the building very strong. Okay? And most of our buildings have been built by coral stones, lime, sand, and clay. There was no cement during the time they've been built. The cement came after. So most of those Arabs were rich, and one of his brother asked him, why do you build it by using yolk? You know the yolk. Yolk, you always eat in the morning.
Egg yolk.
Excellent. Egg, the yellow one.
The yellow one.
So
the strong part.
To mix with sand. So one of his brothers asked him, why do you do that? He said, yes, don't ask me, because I'm rich. He's got money, so he started to build the foundation in Zanzibar. Yeah? So until later on, it was been given Mambo Msije. Mambo Msije means don't copy the name of the building. Don't copy. So most welcome. Let's have a look quick and we can move. 1850. Yeah. Okay, we walk this side. In Tanzania, northwest of Tanzania, coming until Bagamoyo. Bagamoyo means lay down your heart. Bagamoyo, from Bagamoyo they bring to Mwangapwani, and Mwangapwani they cross to come to Stone Town. This place was called Kelele Square. Why Kelele? Because it was a noisy area because of the auction. Yeah. So during that time, they were announcing 1 rupee, 2 rupees, 3 rupees. The last price was about 5 rupees during that time. But since, just imagine, 5 rupees. You can't imagine the worth of 5 rupees nowadays. You see, 5 rupees at that time was very high money, right?
Today no value.
Yeah, so this is the place where it was called Kelele Square, an auction area for the slavery. Part of the building here, as you can see, it's called the Aga Khan. Tanzania and India, we have very good relationship. So Aga Khan, he built schools in Tanzania, he built hospitals, he built Serena's Hotel. All the Serena's Hotel in East Africa, Asia, Europe belongs to the Aga Khan. But before Aga Khan built this building, this was a place which is called Cable and Wireless. Cable and Wireless, we used to have a cable underwater and then sprayed to another island and then bring back the report to the headquarters, and this was used as an ex-telecom building. Yes, most of the British people used to work through this building for many years ago. Okay?
Okay.
In Zanzibar. So most of our doors, we have about 3 types of doors. The square one on top is that's the Arab style door. Okay? And all these carved are made by hand carved. There was no machine during all this. It's made by hand. So we have influence of Arab and Indians influence here, right? During old days, most of those metals, the one you see, you could count them from left to right is 5, goes 5. Yeah. So during old days, most of this we believe during the time of Muslim time, 5 times praying a day, and that's the meaning. Not because we don't have the elephants do not break the door because of that. No, that's not right way. But people want to make more excited history, you know.
Yeah.
But during old days, this is what we were counting 5 times to pray a day. And from top to down is 5, from down is 5, and then that's 5. During old days, we never use European locks. Most of our locks we use chain. Chain goes through here with a padlock. Okay, at the same time, if you see this on top like this, it means there are people inside. So we use this to knock the door as a bell. Yeah. So both doors could be open. Yeah. So this is round one.
Right.
Yeah, it's different than the square one. So this is typical Indian style. And this is our lock. You could use this lock and put your padlock there, walk away, no problem. Okay? So the door, it takes about 6 months to build the door because it needs a lot of, because they are using hand. So during slave traders here in Zanzibar, most of the slaves, they have been chained through the neck, through the feet. So this is as a symbol of the chain. Okay? So we have the influence of Arab and Indians influence, the doors. Please. Ready? There was a man called Tipu Tipu. Tipu Tipu, he was born in Oman. He was black Arab person. Tip Tip, he was running through with the slave traders. But he was not the only one. Tip Tip, he had other people behind him. But Tip Tip, he is the one living here, and he used to be as a slave trader in Zanzibar. So he died 1905. He was being buried nearby here, where the grave of him. And Tip Tip, he was after money at that time. So he was a slave trader person. Part of the building was used for the royal family. Yeah. But since when they left in 1964, the government took the building and rented to the other people.
Oh, yeah?
So the local people who stays here are Indian people who lives here on the island. They took this building for many years. And that's why to paint it to them is a bit expensive. But inside is painting, everything. Outside it costs a lot of money to paint it, so they just leave it as it is. So part of the Indian door. For 2-3 nights without food, without water, and they have an entrance fee for the local people and foreigners. So you are Tanzanians, yeah? All of you?
Yeah, Tanzania.
Okay, let's go.
It's a former slave market, but now it's owned by the church. So it's an Anglican church. Yeah, that's the church. But before they built that church, that place used to be the market, where different commodities were traded, and one of the famous commodities that were traded there is the slaves. So it's a former slave market, but the market used to chambers where slaves were kept, waiting for the day of the market. The monument that shows how they traveled. The church which was built on top of the market. And the last place in the exhibition room was written about the history of the slave trade in East Africa. So we're going to start with the chambers. They are underground chambers. It's just small places. We won't stay for so long because we have kids and there's not enough ventilation in there. The two chambers that remain here and were used to keep slaves. The chambers were 15 in total, but there's no building here. So to have the building, they had to destroy other 13 chambers. Now we only have 2. This used to keep female and children, and the other chamber used to keep male slaves. About 75 women plus kids were kept in here. They stayed up here, and hence there was no way that they could get out of the chambers except for one day. They had to use down here at the toilet. So they were staying up here, and they were chained with the chains to the ankles of the legs. So if you have questions, you may ask outside. You can get outside.
There you have it. I mentioned I'm going to show a palace, and here it is, the Sultan's Palace. Originally, it was known as Beit As Sahil. That palace was destroyed in the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896, and then this was rebuilt for the Sultan's family. I mean, how generous is that, right? Sultan's family lived there. After the Zanzibar Revolution in 1964, it was formally renamed the People's Palace. It's when the Zanzibar people overthrew the royal family. It's a really beautiful place. We were not able to go inside, but when you go to Zanzibar, definitely take the tour. They were remodeling and fixing up and renovating when we were there. So thanks for watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a blessed day, okay?